Hello, beautiful souls. I am so excited to bring to you today readings for each of the signs for Taurus season. So, if you are new to me, let me introduce myself. I'm Stephanie Marie. I'm a psychic medium, and I am also an astrologer. I am also a spiritual business mentor, and we're going to rock and roll with this. This is going to be all all of the things for all of the signs for this next season of the astrology. So those of you that know anything about astrology, and if you follow astrology, you will know that we just had a new moon solar eclipse in Aries. A couple hours later, we shifted into Taurus season, which is where we currently are and what these readings are really going to be about. We also just shifted into Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde tends to be a time where we see tech glitches, we see things start to slow down. It's not really the best time to sign contracts unless you absolutely have to. And if you do have to, you want to make sure you're double and triple reading everything, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, all of the things. And we also know it's a time to slow down. So, with that in mind, and the fact that this Mercury retrograde is happening in Taurus and it's happening right after this solar eclipse, it actually, these energies kind of complement each other. So, although eclipse season can feel chaotic because shifts are happening and changes are happening, it doesn't have to. And Taurus is a super grounding energy. And that's really what we're going to be feeling into today. So, those of you that are watching this on YouTube, those of you that are listening on my podcast, we're going to start with Aries and we are going to just roll with it. So, I also left in the notes for you what time each sign starts at. So, you at least have a little idea as to where to go if you do not want to listen to all of the signs. I am going to go in order and I'm starting with Aries and then going to Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and so on and so forth. However, I do suggest if you don't know your sun sign or moon sign or rising sign, I suggest you go to astro.com, type in your birth chart information, like your birth information. You need to know your date of birth, your time of birth, and your location of birth. So you can at least identify your big three, which are your sun, moon, rising. And if I were you, I would listen to all three of those readings, depending on what signs they fall in, because we don't always identify with our sun sign. Most of the time, we identify more with our moon and rising signs. So if you want to check it out, again, that's astro.com. You want to type in your birth info and check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right. So Taurus season officially began on April 20th, and it's going to last through May. Where does the sun move to Gemini? May 21st. So we're here for a little over a month. Taurus is super grounding. It is a feminine sign. It is ruled by Venus. So if you're finding that your inner feels a little more, I know I personally am, get outside, ground your energy. Walking on the grass could do that. Even just simply being outside in nature can really help with that as well. All right. So let's get started. So let's see what Aries has in store for them for Taurus season. I love this. All right. And Aries, now that and these are all mini readings. So if you want to book a bigger reading or a regular reading, I'm going to leave the link in the notes for you. You can always book an intuitive session and we can go into your natal chart. We could do tarot cards. We could do all of the things to really help you get this energy. Okay. But Aries, now that we're officially out of your season and we just had your rebirth because all of you had your solar return. We are officially in Taurus season. And I really love this for you because what's really coming through, Aries, is that you should use this creative energy that is around you. You should really look at yourself as the creator and expect things to move really quickly, which is kind of the opposite of Mercury retrograde, right? But you are going to see things move pretty quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of you receive some unexpected money that you just weren't expecting to get. So whether that's like money from your taxes or just like a check in the mail, or I'm hearing money from family members, like take it. I don't think it's necessarily going to be like, thousands of dollars, but if it's an extra couple $100, like take it. Why not? Right. But Aries, what's really coming through for you is to really celebrate the progress that you've made and the victory that you have overcome essentially. And look at Taurus season as a time to birth these ideas that you've been using your creative juices for. So allow yourself to birth these energies. And I do think that some of you might actually, those of you that have been looking to actually get pregnant, might actually get pregnant in Taurus season. But I do think no matter what, all of the Aries that are in this, that are watching this or listening to this, I hope this resonates in some way, that you are going to be birthing something new during Taurus season, which does make sense with the eclipse. We're in eclipse season as well. So birth something new, something that feels really good, something that's going to bring you joy, happiness, contentment, and let's get to it. Okay. So this birthing energy, like it's that motherly energy, but it is more about like the birthing of it. It's not so much being the mother and taking care of everything. It's more about making it come to life. So if you do get pregnant, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, let me know. Congratulations. But it's also the sense of like, you have to make some choices when you are going into this birthing process, or like this like growing process of what's coming at you. Okay. Some of it is going to be karmic. Like I pulled 3 karmic cards for you guys. So this is stuff that you can't run away from, which makes sense again, because we're in eclipse season. Remember, eclipse season brings us the changes we need, not the changes we necessarily want. However, these changes are always for our higher good and our higher level. So know that these changes that are being made are the changes our soul wants, not necessarily what our human and ego want. Okay. And if you can really start to make these choices and stop being on the fence, I think that's what's really going to help you through Taurus season. Okay, Aries. So again, Aries, sun, moon, rising, you want to focus on making these choices that are going to give you that creativity, that are going to allow you to create something new and birth something new in the process. All right. And again, if you guys want more information, the link is in the notes for you guys to book your own session. Or if you just have questions, you can hit me up on Instagram at @StephanieMarie_222 or on Facebook, Stephanie Marie. Righty? Taurus. Oh man, Taurus, I do love this for you. So I love this for you because it's going to force you to take some action this month. And being in Taurus season, we tend to slow down. We tend to go within because it is a feminine sign. We have Venus coming in. However, you guys are going to be getting news within the next month or so. However, this might be a message that you're hoping to get. But if you do get it, I feel like it's going to come through email. It's going to come through technology, texting, something like that. Like it's not necessarily going to be snail mail. I'm thinking technology has something to do with it, which would make sense also because it's Mercury retrograde. And this is going to give you a new project, a new opportunity, a new job, a new career that's really coming. And I feel like a lot of you guys have been waiting on this opportunity, and you have been like really down on yourself that you've been waiting for this opportunity, and you're tired of waiting, and you're over what people have been saying. You're over about having to defend yourself. Like you're just over it. However, with this opportunity, you need to stand in your power and you need to actually take it. Okay. Because this opportunity that's going to come your way is for your higher good. It's for you to be able to step into this next level for yourself. And again, it does feel more like a job for a lot of you, and like career wise. And I have a lot more of like this emotion coming, and you're going to have to balance this new project with your life. And, that's going to bring different emotions that you're not used to dealing with and all of the things. So, but ultimately, it's going to lead you to the happy family card, which is happiness, contentment, joy, abundance, all of the wonderful good things. So just be ready to receive this month, because I feel like so many of you that have been waiting on these opportunities, you're not ready to receive it, which is why it's also taken so long. However, in this window of eclipses, right? Because we just had the new moon solar eclipse, we're going to have the full moon lunar eclipse coming as well in a few weeks. And in this window of time between the eclipses, that's when the changes happen. And that's when the karmic stuff happens. So if you do get this call before the full moon, which let me check, full moon happens on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 1:34 p.m. Eastern time. So if it does come during these 2 weeks between the new moon and the full moon, like this is karmic stuff. These are changes that are really going to shift your life for the better and for your higher good. So be open to them, receive them. I'm hearing don't push it away just because it's scary, just because it's different, just because it makes you uncomfortable. Like do it, go for it. It's going to be good. All right. And I love that. That's fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous news. I'm here for it. All right. Now, Gemini. All right, Gemini, we're almost at your solar return. So you guys are in the midst of closing up a lot of cycles, a lot of the lessons. That's what happens right before our solar return. If you notice the cycle of your life, we do tend to do the same things around the same time of the year. And Gemini, you guys right now are closing a lot of those cycles, a lot of those lessons because your solar return is coming. So those of my Taurus people, like, happy solar return, because you guys already dealt with this year so far. All righty, but let's see what we've got in store for Gemini. Gemini, I like this a lot for you. So Gemini, I feel like you guys have, like I said, you guys are closing circles. You guys are learning the lessons. You guys are really understanding what you need to do. However, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. So if you are ready to go on the healing journey, here's what you need to do. You need to think about it logically. Okay, what would make sense in order to heal what you're trying to heal? Do not rely on your emotions alone, because if you rely on the emotions alone, it's not going to work for you. You need to be, like, I'm hearing, calm, cool, collected, kind of sharp-tongued. You want to make sure, like, you're not really taking anybody's crap. You want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do for you. And it does look like healing is a big part of that for you guys this month, which again is going to show the universe that you're wrapping up these cycles, you're learning these lessons as you move into your season of the year. I do also see, and I'm feeling this too intuitively, that a lot of you are going to be either getting engaged, getting married, setting up house, like you're building the foundation of your life to move forward into the next chapter. And again, I do feel like some of this is going to be engagements, moving in together, marriages, that kind of stuff, just because of the other cards I'm getting. However, I am hearing, if it's time to walk away so that you can ultimately build a better foundation, then walk away. I'm hearing, do not stay in this relationship because you're afraid to move. Eclipse season is the time to start making these shifts, making these moves. So if stuff is going south and you know it, and you know it's not going to get better, now's the time to start moving. It's going to be work. It's going to be hard work. It's not going to be easy. However, I do think it will ultimately lead you to the abundance you're looking for and really help you find that balance in your life of happiness and obviously sadness, because we are humans. We live in the duality. Things aren't always positive, no matter how spiritual you are, no matter how intuitive you are, no matter how much inner work you do. Like, that's not how it works. Everybody experiences the duality, myself included. Again, no matter how much meditation, how much inner work I do, it's part of being human and you're going to experience it. So if you're finding that, like, the healing that is coming up, that is being revealed to you with this Mercury retrograde, the healing that needs to be done is around a certain relationship and it's time to let that relationship go, well, then let it go. It's ultimately going to bring you to the timeline and to where you want to be. Okay? All right. Cancer. Again, these are for sun, moon, rising. So Cancer, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Let's see. All right, Cancer, you have a lot of karmic stuff going on with this, which, you know, each sign is very different with what I'm getting for their mini reads. But Cancer, what I'm hearing is, like, it's time to take action. It's time to show the universe that you are learning the lessons that you've meant to be learning. And it's also remembering, like, who you are, like who the F you are. Like, remember that inner power. Remember why you're here. Remember why you're doing the things that you're doing. Go back to your why and go back to your power. Stop making it so that everybody else around you is doing what they can do, but you're not cool enough or strong enough or whatever it is to do what you want to do. It is now time to step into that power, to step into that fire, to step into that light, which, Cancer, I know for you can be difficult because you guys tend to be emotional. You guys tend to put others before you. Now's the time to cut that shit out. Put yourself first, okay? Because ultimately, you don't want to get to, if you're a Christian or whatever, you don't want to get to the next place, whether that's the 5D, whether that's heaven, wherever, and feel like you didn't do enough. Like, choosing inaction is not it. That is not it. So those of you that are just here to stay here and you're like, oh, well, life is okay. I'm okay. Like, no, Cancer, now is the time to start. And I pulled the Fool. Like, now is the time to really take action, go on the new journey, do the things that are kind of scary to you, have a fresh mindset about it, and just do it. Because if you do it, you're going to be happy. You're going to find the contentment. You're going to find the abundance. You're going to do all of the things. However, you need to switch the mindset within you. Otherwise, you're just going to keep going and going and going, learning the same lessons. Well, I'm sorry, not learning the same lessons, experiencing the same lessons time after time, because you're not shifting your mindset. You're not doing the inner work. So if you can take the action to do the inner work, to shift the timeline for you and to shift the narrative for you, that's ultimately where you need to be right now, Taurus, which is rewriting the narrative, doing the things that scare you. Stop choosing inaction and start doing. All right? Get out of that shell. Because I know Cancers, they like to crawl back into that shell when they don't like what's going on, or they don't, they're afraid of what's going on or whatever. Like now, not the time. Not the time. Change is happening. Make it so that you're choosing this change, because when we don't choose the change that we know we need to make, the universe will come in and do it for us. And when the universe does it for us, it's a hell of a lot messier than if we just did it ourselves months ago. All right. So there you go. Sorry, not sorry. Leos, my fiery Leos. Again, Leo, sun, moon, rising. You guys. Nope, just kidding. Need to shuffle the cards again, because that was still Cancer. So those of you that are new to tarot, one easy way to clear out the deck when you're doing different readings, you notice I just knocked on the deck 3 times. That's an easy way to clear out the energy so that you can read a different energy. Okay, just a little tip for you. So, and these were the same cards that came out earlier. All right, and when the tap doesn't work, I use my little smudge spray here to just clear it out. And I'll clear myself too, just for a little. And I love the way that one smells. It's an amber smudge spray. It's delicious. I love it. All right, so my Leos. Leo, sun, moon, rising. All right, you guys. Good stuff's coming to you. Like, good stuff is coming to you. Abundance, joy, happiness, happy family, like just like all of the goodness right now. So here's what I tell you, and it makes total sense because Taurus is a fixed sign, Leo is a fixed sign. Feel that energy. Let it come to you. Let it just come to you and receive it. Receive it, receive it, receive it. Do not just be like, Don't write it off. Receive that energy because it is good. And listen, 2 of the most positive cards in the deck came out in your reading. Like, receive it. Allow yourself to receive. But I do see like messages coming. Having to balance is going to be, an issue. Making some choices is going to be an issue for you. But it's important to make these choices because the choices that you're making are ultimately going to lead you on the path to where you want to go and where you want your life to go. Because having the cards that I chose, well, the cards that came out, not the cards that I chose, the cards that came out, it really is showing that, like, if you choose one way and if you really, I'm hearing, if you really listen to your gut and choose the way you know you should, like intuitively, you are going to birth the life that you desire. You are going to birth the life that everything is coming together. Everything is working together. You're going to see the change. You're going to see the money. You're going to see everything that you're looking to do, but you need to take the opportunity. You need to do the thing that scares you. You need to do the thing that makes you feel uncomfortable. You can't just sit there and be like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, stop playing the victim, make the choice, make the intuitive choice that you know you should make, and go for it. Because if you do, you would be pleasantly rewarded. So, and don't be dramatic about it, because I'm hearing there's going to be a tendency for you to be dramatic about it. Stop being dramatic. Nobody has time for that. Okay. Leave the drama to the side, make the decision. It's going to be better off for you. And there you go. So sorry, not sorry. All right, my Virgos. Virgo, my earth energy mutable sign. All right, good news for you, Virgo. We got some good news. Your cycle of being in your head is almost over. The cycle of driving yourself crazy, almost over. However, things aren't coming to you as quickly as you desire them. That's what happens. That's what happens. So, because of that, you're getting in your own way because you're in your head, you're getting stuck there. Like, get out of your own damn way, get out of your head. This cycle is coming to an end. If you can put that to the side, I do think you're going to start this new emotional cycle, which unfortunately right now you're kind of just hanging out. You're kind of waiting to see what comes to you. You're kind of waiting to see the opportunities you get. You're kind of just hanging. However, if you wanted to, you could start putting, I'm hearing this might be more around career for some people, but you want to start putting feelers out there, seeing what's going on. And I do think if you take some action, you will be pleasantly rewarded. Like, I'm seeing that you're going to have what you want. You're going to have overflow and plenty of it. But it's up to you. If you want to wait, you can wait. If you don't want to wait, that's fine. But I do think you're going to get to this point of renewal, no matter if you take action or not. So kind of on you. If you do take action, it might be more frustrating because I don't think you'll necessarily see the results in the time that you want them to. So it's kind of your choice right now, Virgo. I am hearing though, you're going to get that big wish or that big desire that you've been waiting for. And when it comes, celebrate it. Celebrate it. Like, celebrate the crap out of it, honestly. And just honor the fact that you know your worth, you know what you deserve, and it's finally here. All right. So that's for you, Virgos. My Libras, 7th house. So sun, moon, rising, Libra. Again, you guys might want to listen to your moon and rising sign too. The sun sign doesn't always resonate with us because usually we're not our sun signs. Normally, who we truly are our rising signs, and we do resonate more with our moon sign. So just keep that in mind. Oh, Libra, you got a lot of, holy moly, karma. Karma is coming for you this month with this eclipse season. However, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I do think after a period of not really taking a lot of action, you guys are going to be forced to take some action. It doesn't feel bad. And it feels like you're just going to have to start taking action and doing, and while simultaneously like doing the inner work. And by doing this, you're going to go through this rebirth to the point that you're going to look back and be like, holy crap, who am I? Especially by the time this eclipse season wraps up 6 months from now. I do think you're going to go through this rebirth, and it's all going to start during eclipse season now, which is why it's coming to the forefront now. And you are going to start to take action towards these new goals. Some of you, it might be like traveling. I hear some of you might be traveling to new places. Some of you might be traveling for work. I just hear the word travel a lot, but this is ultimately creating your new reality, and it's creating, like, it's really wrapping up the cycle of the last eclipse season and everything that you're experiencing. So if I were you, Libra, I'm hearing like you're getting some of the lessons coming back that you thought you dealt with, and now it's time to deal with them again, because it's time to show the universe that like you really did learn the lesson and you know what's going on. So that's for you. Really prove to the universe that like, I learned the lesson this time. And that's why it's coming up again for you, to show the universe that you did learn the lesson and you're ready to move forward and you're ready to do all of the things. All right. All right. Scorpio. Let's see, my Scorpio, my fixed water sign. What do we got? I'm hearing a little, let me pull cards before I tell you what's coming through intuitively. So I want to make sense of it. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so I was hearing be careful. And I wanted to make sure that what was coming through me was making sense before I said it, but I'm hearing be careful, just in the sense that a lot of the choices that you're making right now, a lot of the things that are happening to you right now are karmic, meaning they were either because of past things that you've done in the past, or you're setting yourself up to move forward. So with that in mind, you want to just be aware of everything you're doing currently, every opportunity that's coming to you, everything that's just coming into or out of your life. Pay attention to it, because I do think a lot of it is karmic. And for some people, I do think this is like karmic, like I don't want to say payback, but it's coming to you because of something that you've done in the past. And this is really going to start you on a new cycle, on a new chapter, on a new journey, because you're going to be able to look at things differently. However, I am hearing be careful, because you don't want to play the victim. And I'm hearing a lot of you are going to try and play the victim. Don't play the victim. That's not going to get you anywhere. And in fact, by playing the victim and thinking everybody's out to get you, you're actually just going to drive yourself crazy anyway. So I would focus on how you can give back. And I would also focus on how you can heal this, like how you can move through this, instead of being like, oh, everybody's against me. The world is against me. Like, the world isn't against you. The world isn't against you. This is your own karma coming back to you. So it is what it is. And you need to look at it rationally and logically. You can't look at it emotionally, because if you look at it emotionally, it's not going to help anything anyway. So work through it, do the inner work to heal through this. And I think that's what's ultimately going to help you to move forward and give you the new opportunities that you're looking for, instead of like the victim mindset and the victim mentality. Because in actuality, playing the victim never gets you anywhere anyway. So there's your little reality check, Scorpio. Okay. And just knowing, like, we're in fixed energy. It's going to feel a certain way for certain people. And, the fact that Mercury retrograde is in Taurus, like, the fixed signs are going to feel it more. So Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and like not Capricorn, Aquarius, you guys are going to feel it. And that's okay. Okay. Everybody gets their share. Like, the universe doesn't leave anybody out. All right, Sagittarius. Ooh, Sag, I like this. All right. New opportunities coming over the next few weeks. Yeah. Feel into them. Use your intuition to feel out which ones feel better for you. And use your intuition to really feel which choice you should make. If you're not sure, really go within, journal, do breath work, meditate, find out what feels good to you before making that choice. Because when you do, you're going to be starting this rebirth for yourself. Whether it's, I'm hearing a lot of it is probably most likely career, business oriented for you guys. However, if it's not business and career, I'm hearing that it's relationships. So just be mindful of that. And also just follow your intuition. Sag, you guys are naturally intuitive anyway. Listen to it, follow it, because I feel like a lot of the times you guys as Sagittarians, like, you have the higher wisdom. So you have this like sense of you that you're like, yeah, well, I know. And you don't listen to it. So just listen to it a little clearer. And I think that'll be better for you. But plus taking the action to find the balance. But also, I'm hearing be careful with contracts. You guys, especially, they don't want you signing contracts right now. Like, and I'm hearing this is more like people that are already dealing with legal stuff, whether it's a divorce, real estate. I'm hearing just legal stuff. Just be careful, because you want to remember who you are and you want to make sure that you're getting what you deserve. So don't give in just because it's a fight. Don't give in just because, you're tired of paying the lawyers or whatever it is. Like, it's hard work. Keep the fight going. Don't give up just because it's getting hard. Find your power within you again and light that fire under your ass. Like, Sag, you guys are a fire sign anyway. Use that fire. Okay. All right. Capricorn, my cardinal earth signs. Capricorn, the first word I'm hearing for some of you, I think babies. So I'm unclear as to if you are giving birth to babies or having babies or getting pregnant with babies, delivering babies, or you're acting like a baby. That's not really coming in clear. So I want to really get the cards going again. All right, Capricorn. It's amazing. I love that. I shuffled again just to make sure because it was some of the same cards were coming through, but they came through again. So we're taking it as divine intervention. A lot of karmic stuff coming for you, Capricorn, which before the karmic stuff comes, the cards in the universe are urging you to relax. And that's why they were saying, don't be a baby, because a lot of shit is going to be shifting for you during this eclipse season. They're going to be putting you on the new path. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to do things you don't want to do right now. And there's some inner work and healing that you need to do. But most importantly, Sagittarius, nope, sorry, just kidding. Most importantly, Capricorn, you guys have to let go. You have to purge. You have to let go of the unhealthy things in your life, whether that's people, places, things, jobs, whatever. You need to let them go and take the control back into your life, because you've been letting like your life just kind of go on whatever way it's going to go. And listen, some people are cool with that. However, I'm letting you know, if you don't take the control right now and you don't release the people, places, things that need to let go of your life, the universe is going to come in and do it for you. And you have the opportunity right now to create the life that you desire. So stop sitting on the fence, stop, being in between two things, and make the decision. Because by you choosing it, you are co-creating with the universe. If you decide not to choose it, that's fine. But when the universe does it, the universe is going to come in and do it its way. And let me tell you, when the universe does it, it's almost always a lot messier than if you just did it yourself. All right. So keep that in mind, Capricorn. Release and purge the things that no longer serve you. Purge the things of who you once were. You're not that person anymore. Trust that. The things that you need to let go of them once and for all. Use this eclipse season and Mercury retrograde to release them once and for all. Because honestly, eclipse season is going to be over and then Mercury retrograde is going to be over 10 days later. Like, use this time to get rid of what no longer serves you. All right, Aquarius. Ooh, Aquarius. This is a beautiful reading. So you guys have a lot more of the control and you are able to make a lot more of the decisions right now. I am hearing to make sure that you are grounding yourself. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Make sure you are like just taking care of you. Putting yourself first, being nurturing, not only to yourself, but also to everybody around you. I'm hearing you are at the point, like you're kind of at that point where you're going to have to make nice with others, even though you don't really want to. But by making nice with others and the people that you don't really want to, you're going to start to see everything coming together, and it is going to be hard work, and you are going to get the messages that you're waiting to get and receive, but it is going to be working with the people you don't necessarily want to, or working with the things that you don't necessarily want to. And then you're going to come to this fork in the road where you're going to have to make a choice one way or the other. All right. So making that choice one way or the other is going to lead you to the abundance you're seeking and the balance you're seeking. And it's ultimately going to get you out of this pattern that you've been in your head, but take care of you first. Stop doing for everybody else. Stop putting everybody in the collective, especially in front of your own needs. However, the good news for you, Aquarius, is a lot of this is in your control. It's not so karmic for you, which isn't a bad thing, right? And watch how this all plays out before making the next moves. Watch how this all plays out before you make big moves. I feel like in the next 3 weeks, I'm hearing particularly, you're going to see a lot unfold. So if you can hold off making decisions in the next 3 weeks, I think that'll be really good. And I mean, let's face it, 3 weeks from today, where are we? We're here. Yeah, we're going to be almost out of retrograde by then. So, you want to just ride out the Mercury retrograde and see what comes of it for you. See what happens. Okay. Before you make any choices. I really urge you guys in particular not to make any choices during this Mercury retrograde. Alrighty. And last but not least, my fellow Pisceans, Let's see what comes out for Pisces for Taurus season. Oop, that was the same. These were the same cards. All right, Pisces. All right. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Balance. Balance is the name of the game for you guys. Balance is the name of the game. And what that means is this. Listen to your intuition, listen to your body, do the inner work, go inside. It's okay to be the hermit right now if you need to be. I know myself personally, being a Pisces with so much Pisces energy, I'm definitely feeling that need to go within, to be alone. Like, I literally am alone today, and I just need that alone time. So don't feel guilty if that's you too. Don't feel guilty if you just need that alone time to do, your spiritual practice, to deepen your spirituality, to just really get in touch with that. Because that's what I'm feeling. Like, a lot of us have to balance that, like, doing and resting, and that peopling and being alone. And as a Pisces, like, a lot of us don't want that, don't want that social time. But let's face it, those of you that are in, the northern hemisphere, it's springtime, it's getting nice out, there's a lot more social stuff going on, more parties, more social events, more weddings, more this, more that, more everything. So you need to really find that balance between peopling and not, and like going within yourself and deepening your spirituality, but also coming back to reality and getting out of your head and breaking that bond of like only being in the spirituality or only being in the human. You need to find that balance between both during Taurus season, which it is going to be a lot easier for us to fall into that Taurus season and that like feminine energy, because Taurus is a feminine sign ruled by Venus. So don't fall into the hermit in the sense of like you really lock yourself in the house and you're all by yourself. Don't do that. Find the balance of, being social and not. And I think that's really what's going to help you moving forward this month. All right. But I am going to leave you guys with that. Again, if you want a personalized reading, a one-to-one reading, I can even pull up your astrology chart and we can talk more about how Taurus season is going to affect you specifically. Click the link in the notes. You can book an intuitive session at your convenience, and that's the story. So as always, thank you for joining me. Happy Taurus season, happy eclipse season, happy Mercury retrograde season, and I will be seeing you all soon. Sending you so much love and light. Have a magical day.